Well, hello there, out there, everywhere. This is Chris, otherwise known as C, on all of the Facebook posts. I am going to be one of your main hosts through a series of podcasts. We're going to talk about a wide variety of things, and this is all from the Mighty Monkey and presenting the Flower City Comicon. With me today is a couple of my fellow board members. I got Tanya Metris, our VIP liaison. We have Deanna Schulmerich on the phone line. And she is our media and PR. Our box office goddess, Sybil Corbin, is with us at this time. Local radio legend, Billy DeTore.
Where? Who? Me?
Who? You. Yeah, you. And one of our brand new interns. He's going to help me out with panels and a whole lot of things. Tony Bacchetta.
Hi, guys.
Is here. And so the six of us are going to chat a little bit about Flower City Comicon. Deanna, say hi to the crowd.
Hey, everybody. How you doing?
And I got Tanya. Come on, Tanya.
Good morning.
Morning, Billy.
Hi.
Tony.
Hi, guys.
And Sybil.
Hi.
We're spread out across the countryside at this point, as far away as Sybil is actually. Where you're in Pittsburgh?
I am in Pittsburgh.
You're in Pittsburgh.
Lucky her.
Yeah. See, Deanna is going to be jealous of Sybil because Deanna's a big Pittsburgh fan.
I get to revel in all of the Pittsburghiness that there is around here.
And that's the home of Steel City Con, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
And how many shows a year do they do?
They do 3 a year.
Oh my gosh, three conventions a year. I know the effort we put into putting the 2016 Flower City Comicon on. I know how much effort it took us to do that. I can't imagine doing 3 shows a year. That's just amazing.
I'm still trying to catch up on my sleep from
April.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean it's amazing too. You know, we spent like 15, 16 months putting together the 2016 Flower City Comicon together. It was happened in a blink of an eye, and suddenly it's like we're already in September. How did that happen?
I don't know.
Sleep is overrated.
Sleep is over. Sleep is
no, it's not.
No, it is.
No, it's great.
It's really
Sleep is great.
Sleep is a wonderful thing. And
this is coming from a guy who gets up at 4 a.m.
Yeah, seriously.
Or earlier.
Yuck.
I couldn't imagine having the schedule that you and guys do.
And just so you know, this coming week, our regular producer on the Broadway Show where I work, he's getting married, so he's got most of the week off. So I have to come in when he's normally here, which would be, I have to be here by 3.
Oh, my Lord.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my Lord.
So that's going to be fun.
Well, best wishes to Paulie, though. I know that we've been talking about that on the air for a long time. I've been hearing him talk about him and Ryan.
He's getting married Friday at about 2:30 in the afternoon, and so I'm going to be getting up about 2:30. Then I'm going to be doing some work. Then I'm going to the wedding and the reception. And so I won't sleep for about 24 hours coming this Friday, so think of me.
I think we've all
Back
been
to
there.
being overrated.
Yeah.
Mazel tov.
There you go. Tanya and I are parents, so we know what sleepless nights are like. So what we wanted to do is we wanted to start a podcast series and start bringing a little bit more information to each other. You know, sometimes there's going to be ways to inform ourselves and to share with you, the listener, what we're up to and how we're planning on doing things. Having our Facebook and our website and all that stuff is great, but sometimes the personal touch of reaching out and offering some information is just it's a nice little wonderful touch there. We're looking forward to sharing a lot of good times with you guys. In essence, what we're going to do is kind of a weekly thing. So once a week we'll have a podcast. We'll release it. It'll have current events. It'll have some things we're doing with the show. We're going to talk about announcements, guests, panels, things, how we're handling things. And this is the important part. To those who are listening to us, you know, if you have questions, if you think, hey, you know, I'm wondering what the guys at FC3 are doing about this type of a topic. You know, hey, it's Star Trek's 50th anniversary. Hey, next year is Star Wars 40th anniversary. Hey, do you have any information on Doctor Who? Things like that. So these, you will give you avenues to pose those questions to us, either through our Facebook, through our website, through our individual emails. Feel free to reach out to us and contact us. One of the early slogans that we used for the show was for fans by fans. And it's not just a cliche. It's really kind of the philosophy of how we want to do things because we all have careers. You know, we're not just professional conventioneers. We're not doing this to try and profit from it. We're doing this because it's fun. And to see the looks on people's faces when they see something they've never thought they would ever see, it's a wonderful experience to be able to share that with folks. So we're building the show for you. And because of that, we're going to want your input. So at any time you have a question, you reach out, you let us know. Now, with that being said, Tanya, why don't you... See, you have to understand, Tanya is not comfortable with this sort of thing. So we're taking
Absolutely
Tanya out of
not.
her comfort zone, and we're going to help her evolve as a human being.
So we're all going to start podcasting naked.
That's awesome. That's awesome because that's like the first thing everybody wants to see is me naked. Yeah, that's not that's not happening. No.
Thanks for the suggestion. Yes, no, that's not happening.
Well, I already am, so.
Oh, see, we weren't going to say
behind
anything,
closed
Billy.
doors.
We weren't. Yeah, he's in a different studio.
Out.
Fortunately, you guys on the phone, you don't have to actually visualize this.
Yeah,
What is going on over there?
I don't know. I'm hearing some
Are you
static.
building a house?
Is there somebody?
Doing anything?
I blame Sybil.
Yeah, you can.
It's okay.
Someone's cleaning or doing something in the background.
That's all right. Like I said, we're not professional radio here. Yeah, we're here lovely at the studios of WFC3. I've been wanting to say that for like an hour.
The basement of the science building.
There you go. The basement in the dark corner where they had a few minutes of or a few feet of spare space to put us. All right, so let's talk a little bit about what we're going to do from here. We had the 2016 show this past April, and we felt it was a very successful show in regards that it was well regarded. Everybody who went seemed to have a really good time. Everybody who was there, that participated, the vendors seemed to be very pleased with the setup.
The special guests all seem to be happy
special
with
guests
the treatment.
I'm gonna have to give Tanya a little bit of some love here at the moment because we can say something that not many people can. We've introduced Power Rangers to garbage plates.
Absolutely. They thought they were.
We did, and it was amazing to just see their faces when they saw the size of what we brought them.
Oh, I know, it was amazing. Sybil, did you get in on that at all? Did you see any of that?
No, I was kind of stuck up front during that.
Oh, I know. Oh my God, I'm sorry about that. We're going to work on that. But yeah, to have Walter Jones, who played Zach, the original Black Ranger, he was so enamored with it that he actually was taking selfies with his garbage plate.
I think he Instagrammed it.
He did.
think
He
he
did
did,
Instagram
too.
that. Yes.
That is fantastic.
And Gigi Edgley from Farscape, who is this petite little blonde thing, and then she just sees this massive thing in front of her, going, "Oh yeah, this is going to be a good afternoon."
Her eyes became saucy.
And it's funny, a couple days before that happening at the convention or during a break from their signings, Susan and I had artist Ken Lashley in town for a day or two previously to show him and his daughters around town. And naturally, Nick Tahoe's was one of the stops. And
There you go.
They were also amazed by the garbage plate. And Ken kept wanting, what happens if you put I like the white hot dogs with the home fries and the beans.
Oh, see, he was just mixing and matching.
Yeah, he was trying, okay, let me try some of yours because I had cheeseburgers with, home fries and beans. And Susan had hot dogs with, so he was just trying them all. And the daughters were a little chagrined by it, but they ate like champs.
Oh yeah, they did. That was great.
They were just like me. Food can't touch.
Food can't touch. But that was one of the wonderful things about the show. One of the side things that you didn't expect is just how many people started appreciating things that Rochester had to offer as a city. Because you live here for, in my case, 46 years, and you get these folks who are like, well, there's really nothing to do in Rochester, and that's so wrong. I mean, Dee, you were bringing stuff to our attention like every day.
And I think Jim Cummings was really impressed with Dinosaur too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Jim.
we took Ken to the dinosaur too.
Where did you not take him?
Now we took him to the Strong Museum of Play.
There you
we
go.
took him to the Auditorium Theater to see Stomp, the Broadway show.
See, we
So
know how to
he-
put on a good time,
yeah.
I suppose. And and that was just it was just a wonderful thing to be able to share this with so many different people. Now where to go take the conversation from here? I mean, we can talk about food and
Absolutely.
and guests. Now how are we
I
going
don't think Billy's had lunch yet.
Billy hasn't had lunch yet.
Nope.
I think the one thing I remember was we're always talking about a great experience for our guests. And I didn't see it personally, but it was relayed to me that when one of the guests met, I believe it was Zach, Power Ranger.
Right, Walter Jones.
She got the vapor. She flipped out like she had the opportunity to meet somebody she grew up watching and admiring. And I thought, that we did it. Even if it's just one person, we made that dream for a reality for somebody.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the little moments. It's the little moments. My mom, who, bless her soul, I would tell her that, we're working on making this comic book convention. She goes, "Oh, isn't that nice, dear?" And that would be the kind of attitude that I would get. But then she actually came to the show on Saturday, and she's walking around and looking at it and taking it all in and going, "Oh my God, Christopher, did you do that?" "Well, I had a lot of help, Mom. It wasn't just a solo effort. I didn't do it on my own." But then I got her to introduce to Jim Cummings, the legendary voice actor, and she says, "I don't mean to, you probably hear this all the time, but could you do a little voice for me?" And without even flinching, he leans in and he rubs shoulders with her real quick and drops right into Winnie the Pooh. And does this whole, "Oh, it's so wonderful to meet you, Mary Lou." There's no way I can do it justice. But just to see the look on my mom's face as she hears this character, who's not only from our childhoods, but from her own. And these characters are that venerable, and to be able to match those two moments together and see the reaction,
and being able to supply stuff like that is huge.
That's just awesome.
Because as nerds, we go to other conventions. And I went to a Niagara Falls Comicon this past year.
How was that? I heard a lot of good things about
fantastic.
it. I heard they did a great job.
I had a great time, and what you just said about your mother meeting Jim Cummings doing the Winnie the Pooh voice, they had Carol Spinney there, who was
the Big Bird,
the original
Big Bird,
and Oscar the Grouch. And
that's fantastic.
When he went into the Big Bird voice, it was like the whole crowd just went, "Oh."
It's the national childhood. Yeah. It really is. When you can bring those it's the national childhood.
So what's your mom going to do this year when we bring Richard Hatch in?
Oh, I think she's going to faint. I really do, because I mentioned Richard Hatch, and now you and I, as nerds, we think Battlestar Galactica. Yep. We think Captain Apollo and Tom Zarek from the reboot from earlier this century. She remembers him from his soap opera career.
All My Children.
All My Children, yeah. So
paramedics on staff.
Paramedics should be on staff, yeah, because I think there's going to be some swooning going on. I'm pretty sure of it. We also have, for the 2017 show, a voice actress named Trina Nishimura, who one of her big roles that she's known for is Attack on Titan, playing the apparently legendary Mikasa.
Oh, yeah.
Tony, are you familiar with that at all?
Vaguely, yes.
Vaguely. You and me both. I mean, I know. See, that's my personal downfall, is I don't watch a ton of anime. What I watch, I tend to enjoy. But
yeah, I grew up watching. Do you remember a show called Star Blazers?
Oh yeah.
I loved it. I didn't know at that point, because I was just a kid, that it was this I just thought it was kind of like this weird looking cartoon. I didn't understand.
And I think that's why I got into it, because it's so different from what we were used to. I mean, we were used to Hanna-Barbera and Scooby Doo and those kind of cartoons, the regular Saturday morning stuff. To see Star Blazers, which was an adaptation of the Japanese anime Space Battleship Yamato, to see that really kind of redefined how you look at the Saturday morning cartoon. I think it was like 9 or 10 when I first saw it, and that was more than a half a lifetime ago. But it really made a huge impression. And in future podcasts, I want to spend some time. I think we're going to just kind of concentrate one episode in particular, just talking about anime and how it's evolved and where it's going and where we think it's going, and we'll bring some other friends of the gang in. Folks
I'll
who
have
are,
to make sure I watch Attack on Titan by then.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to sit down and we'll do an Attack on Titan marathon.
Oh yeah.
I know. Kelsey and Emily would really kind of push me to do that.
I also need a Battlestar Galactica marathon.
Well, you know what? The original series, that won't be hard, because the original series only lasted a season. Then they had that second season of Galactica 1980, which was, I'm sorry to say, it was kind of silly.
Yeah, I think we either have it on DVD, and I know
Dan's
seen it
got
on
it,
Hulu.
because Dan has been a big Battlestar Galactica fan for a long time. But then, to watch the rebooted, the 2005 series, that was, what was it, 4 or 5 seasons? Does anybody remember?
I think it was 6.
I actually have it on DVD, and I haven't watched it.
Wow, it was I think it was
Definitely
really well done story.
Watching.
A friend gave it to me, and I go, I gotta look. I hear it's such great things about it. But I remember the 1979, 1980.
Oh yeah,
I do too.
And I just go, well, how can you top this or make it different? And there's so much good TV out nowadays.
Oh yeah,
it's wonderful that we have these new paradigms with like Hulu and Netflix. Exactly.
Yeah, that's where I saw Battlestar Galactica, both the new one and the old one.
See,
yeah,
that's the way to play it. I'm telling you. And then for an old school Whovian such as myself to be able to watch Doctor Who at the drop of a hat, on these different platforms, it's very happy to me, because especially you got all the new folks who came on board with the rebooted series. And then I'll make a reference to the classic series from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and they'll kind of stare at me for a second. I'm like, just, you have access to it. Go watch this.
Now,
I think it's off.